Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimmeron, and today I'm going to try to figure out what in the world is Eternal Edge Plus, or Cross, whatever you want to see it. I think it's Cross because the main character's name is Cross, but let's just take a moment in the beginning and just appreciate how nice the intro music is. And also address a few issues that I've had with the game, but we'll get to that in a second soon. This is developed by Righteous Weasel Games and published by CDOG LLC. It is, if I could use one word to describe the game, it would be ambitious. Very, very ambitious. The developers haven't really developed something this big and something this ambitious in their past. They've given us a few small games that wouldn't necessarily go through everyone's radar, but I am very, very interested to see what the final version of this will look like and how long it will take, because yes, the game is very much playable and you can enjoy it, but there's not enough content in here, and the amount of fixes and content that has to be added will probably take a long time. So as of yet, there's no official release date or window. It says coming soon in 2020, but the developers have, I asked them when we should be expecting the game. I haven't heard a response from that, but that being said, I do want to thank him for providing the key so I can make this video. And without further ado, let's get started. First thing I want to mention is the tiny bit of identity crisis that the game is going through, which is, yeah, this looks like a Final Fantasy intro, doesn't it? It does, but the game has nothing to do with Final Fantasy. It's actually, I'm sure you've seen gameplay videos on it. If you haven't, it reminds me very much of Zelda on the Switch. It's very similar in the visual aspect, and I guess we're going to figure that out in a second. Press to start. One thing I want to mention right off the bat, there's no settings in the game. The only settings that you can change are before the game starts, and that is a few things. One is windowed mode or full screen. It is the resolution, which does go to ultra wide. However, there's a problem with ultra wide, and I'll show you here in a minute. And you can also change the graphics from fantastic to, well, that's the only option for now at least. Keep in mind, this game is still very much so in under development mode, heavy development. So nothing is going to be finalized. I bet there's going to be a lot of improvements if the developers don't lose the passion and the ambition that they have for this game. So no options. We're just going to load into the game and we're going to dissect. I'm going to try to keep this video pretty short, but I do have a lot of things to say. I've played for a few hours now, and I've noticed a lot of things that I want to criticize, but I also want to praise a lot of the things about the game. It's not just criticizing, but if you don't like criticism, then you're on the wrong channel. So, as you can see, no ultra-wide. Technically, the ultra-wide works in this game. However, the minimap is like half hidden away, and that seems to be the only problem. If you cannot see half of the minimap on the bottom right, it's kind of annoying. Even though I do get that extra real estate, it is nice to have the extra real estate, but it's kind of like a battle, so I did choose to play in regular aspect ratio for the meantime. And this is the game. I'm on a high mountain here, so at first glance you'll be thinking, wow, they ported Zelda to the PC. Technically no, you can download a Wii U emulator and play the Zelda game that way on the computer, and it actually plays pretty well. I'm not gonna admit that I've done that, but I'm not gonna comment on that either. And this is the game, what it looks like. As you can see there, it that doesn't look very pretty, that rock. And that is one of the main issues that the game has. There's going to be a lot of texture pop in. As we navigate through the world, you may notice it, but one thing I want to address first and foremost is the music. I do appreciate the music, and it's very beautiful, but a lot of the times, the snippets that you have to play with are pretty short in duration, and therefore they do repeat a lot. And that's the only gripe I have with the music, although I really do appreciate it. So, I'm going to try to get this as coherent and concise as possible because like I said, there's going to be a lot of things that I would like to talk about in the game. Let's talk about the wells. These are the wells. You discover them throughout the world, and they're used as a teleportation device. As you can see, there's a well there that I've discovered, and you can choose from the list up and down. Very well and nice, right? There aren't that many wells. You may think, well, so far you've discovered all these wells, and it looks pretty fine to me, but traversing through the world is kind of a pain in the ass. There's no sprint button. You just walk at this pace. And I remember with Zelda, there's going to be some comparison here with Zelda because let's face it, that's where they got most of these inspiration from. There's the poppin that I was talking about, that rock all the way in the distance there. If we walk a little bit closer, boom, it looks a lot better, but there you go. That's really distracting and it really does take away from the immersion. But like I said, these are things that I believe they're going to take care until the full release comes through. Having to walk like this for a long amount of time really takes away from the experience. Before I go to that quest, because oh no, that's not a quest. Okay, well, that kind of segues me into the next subject I want to talk about. Before that, here's a campfire. This is how you save the game. Press A, you interact, and you set up camp, and you save also on the location. This is also how you upgrade your character, and you're gonna see some green flashing on his armor there. Bam. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's because he's healing. This is how you also upgrade your character. It does give you the option of doing dawn or nightfall respawning, which is awesome. For the third time, and hopefully the last time because it's a charm, this is how you upgrade your character through essences that you find in chests randomly around the area. It's quite annoying. I found a few essences so far, and having to set up a campfire, not set up, but find a campfire every time in order to upgrade your character makes me not want to do it that often because it just takes time and it's really distracting and takes away from the experience. Let's see, there's no voice acting. Come on, I already got this quest. There's no voice acting, there's only a few like exhales and some gasps, and occasionally there's going to be a few phrases that the characters will be saying, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. And here is the inventory. You have a few sets of weapons that you can choose from. I'm currently using a spear. As far as I've seen, unfortunately, there's no difference between the weapon types. There's a sword, there's a spear. They both pretty much attack the same way, and they also all have essentially the same distance that they can reach. And that's important, the distance, because I'll get into battle a little later soon, and you're going to see that the battle is not very awe-inspiring, unfortunately, and it's a major part of the game. These are the shields, mostly same icons for the most part. There's going to be some other ones that are going to be using different assets. I'm only guessing these are going to increase in quality a lot. I'm also guessing they're going to make the UI a lot prettier. This is just really basic right now. And this is the armor. That's all you got. You don't have anything else. And it's kind of disappointing. Hopefully they add some more stuff in the game. But for now, that's all you got. These are the tools. This is where you change your consumable for health or sugar rush and shield repair kit if your shield breaks. This is your ranged equipment. I'm currently using the bullets because that's all I've got unlocked so far. Heavy slugs. And this is your the bomb type that you can use. Fire bombs are nice. Little bombs are pretty good as well, but this is pretty OP because it bounces around and it can damage enemies multiple times. This is your inventory. You have a few more things here like medical herbs that you use as potions and tech dust, and you also have quill, which is diamonds. Again, heavy inspiration from Zelda, Breath of the Wild in general. And this is the settings menu that you get in the game. You don't get anything else. Music volume, these are all zeros. I'm guessing they're trying to be numerical, but there's a kind of maybe like a bug here, or maybe that's something that was overlooked. Inversion, look sensitivity. Oddly enough, you can't go to 7. You can only go to 8. And all the rest of the numbers, just not 7. I don't understand why. But I found that kind of funny. Controls on HUD, I recommend leaving this on while you're learning the game. And if you want to exit to the title screen, the game will have to go through the intro clips again, which is fairly frustrating. Oh, and here is the map and quest indicator. First of all, what you're going to notice is there's no legend list to explain what things are. I actually still have yet to understand what this leaf is. This is your character. It's always pointing to that direction. No matter what you're looking at, it's not going to be visible here. So I just happen to be looking at not that direction. So no matter what you're looking at, it's always going to point that direction, and it's kind of confusing when you're trying to navigate because you cannot set your custom markers. And that is partially because you cannot zoom in on the map. Isn't that crazy? You cannot zoom in on the map yet. You cannot add custom markers. Again, these are criticisms that I'm fairly certain that are going to be present in the final game, but as of now, they're not. And I would like to mention that to get that out of the way. These are the quests that you have to take. You cannot highlight one, you cannot prioritize one, you kind of have to guess where you're going. And this is how you switch through quests. This is the main quest, and this is New Haven. It's another quest. It's for the full game only. And this is another one. It's kind of like a side quest. Game loves to throw these at me for the time being. So we're just going to go that way. It gets kind of confusing in the beginning because you don't really know what many of the icons are, and there's no really legend. And on the minimap, as you can see, there's no terrain indicator either. So you don't really know exactly how to navigate easily, which hopefully they fix that in the full release. You cannot go underwater yet, so hopefully that's something they add in the future. You have your shield and you have your weapon that you can attack, and you also have a ranged weapon. It's a pistol, and I hate how it works because you cannot aim before you shoot. So hopefully we get a chance to demonstrate that. A lot of the things you can destroy and pick up quill, which is really nice. And then you can pick up crafting equipment. So this is cotton. I've been picking up a lot of cotton lately. And then you also have more plants, such as this one, which is essence of life. And then you also have ore that you have to destroy in order to get more equipment crafted. Texture quality is not that hot. Not yet, at least. I'm not going to be really heavy on the criticisms here. I do understand that there's a lot of work to be done with the game still. And I do not expect that the developers will be releasing something like this anytime soon. Let's do some battling here. I like one thing. The soft automatic locking thing that the game has once you take out your shield to block an attack. Shields do break, so try not to get many hits on them. And what I like to do mostly is roll away. This is pretty cool, right? Well, this is the combat right here. So you can kind of spam the attack button and the enemy will kind of stagger and will not be attacking you. But that is mostly for the low level mobs right here. If you wait a long time and you don't attack them, they will be attacking you afterwards. But for the most part, you can just kind of dodge the first attack that they do and then just go to town on them. They're pretty low level mobs. These are level 5 mobs and I'm currently level 9. And another complaint that I have about the leveling system is that it's not really explained. So when I got my first level, I figured, oh nice, I should probably use my abilities. Well, I figured, wait a minute, why would there be abilities if the essence is what upgrades my character? And that was correct. There's no abilities after you level up. You pretty much get an increase on health, and I also do believe you get an increase on your damage, but that would be about it. Nothing else happens. Which is fine. I mean, so far I haven't had much trouble. I haven't died. but the enemies do get quite annoying if they gang up on you while you're in the middle of an attack. You can't really dodge if you're damaging the enemy. You cannot put up your shield either. So this guy is another enemy type. He just throws exploding pumpkins at you. And there you go. Most of the time when you kill an enemy, it will do slow motion, and I'm not a fan of that. Let's try some range combat. That was the range combat. You hit the button and it attacks. You cannot aim, which I think is not a good thing. You want to be able to aim your weapon first before you fire it. Because for the most part, you're going to be having your camera kind of like this. And if you aim and shoot, it just shoots the ground. You're going to have to pretty much imagine a crosshair on the middle of your screen, and not everybody wants to do that or can do that, as a matter of fact. Let's see, this quest has me trying to steal some meat from these troll-looking thingies. I think the traversing is very slow. There needs to be a sprint option. However, I will be the first to admit that I appreciate the fact that there's no stamina, or at least none so far. One thing I really hated about the Zelda game was the stamina. Oh, I just got staggered. There we go. Go away. Once you level up, you heal, but it's typically recommended that you don't go too low. I haven't died yet. I don't know exactly what happens when you die, but guess we're gonna figure that out, won't we? So this has me go in here. Huh. Defeated. I have to defeat something, but I don't see it here. Interesting. Well, the game is still in development. Let's go to the other quest market here. And here you go, folks. You get to see some bugs. Hopefully not bugs. Hopefully just my incompetence, not understanding what needs to be done. Because I'm still learning the game. Wooden spear. Dodge. It's pretty self-explanatory. The battle is not anything that is inspiring. You just dodge the enemies and you mash them to death. So see right there, I dodged, but I dodged too quickly, and then I ended up getting hit by the enemy. So it's not very fluid. There's not a lot of fluidity in the combat. You have to dodge fairly late on the attacks, but a lot of the boss fights, I had a massive boss fight earlier in a mission. It even if I'm from behind, the attack radius, I guess, is still very large, and therefore it ended up damaging me, which was kind of unfortunate because I was losing a lot of health, and that's when I was using up most of my potions. So the combat can get quite challenging. Definitely keep an eye out, especially when you're fighting bosses, because their attack range is stupid tremendous. Now we're gonna go in the boar area. This is just a different area that the enemies are kind of changed. The boars, for the most part, don't really hurt you a lot. They just try to attack you. If they miss you, they'll just run around you. You can kind of pick them off if you manage to hit them. Which, this is one thing they have to focus a lot, is the combat. Obviously, the game does have a lot of it, and therefore it's something that cannot be overlooked. I'm holding a spear. There's no reason why my attacks should not be as far-reaching as the sword, if not more. Okay, so here's a mission. I have to protect this guy by the looks of it. This is just a different enemy type, which is pretty strong, as you can see. New areas will have new enemies that you're gonna have to fight, and I'm kind of losing on my health. They do get staggered by the looks of it. Ooh, got some more armor that is new. I have to defend the warrior for a little bit longer before he dies. Hopefully he doesn't die. And I picked up some legendary armor, or more rare. Does use a color scheme that we all like and love or hate from Warcraft, which a lot of games do that now. I'm not surprised anymore. I'm glad I picked this up. It's giving me a lot of good... Oh crap, my inventory's full. My shield inventory's full. It's okay. This gives us an opportunity to look at the item combination that the game has. Ooh, leveled up and healed. That is awesome. Alright, so what you saw here was a random event in the world. I have mixed feelings about the random events because they do... Oh shit, did I just get stuck? No way, I just got stuck. Oh, that would suck so much if I got stuck. Ah, crap. Well, let me do what I can in the meantime to show the inventory. So, this is the inventory for the shields. As you can see, it's full. And here is some other shield that I have. Each shield is going to be giving you a few bonuses that you can take advantage of. So as you see, this one gives me plus 5 health and 2% block. I don't know what the percentage is actually. Is it increased defense? Probably. Yep, armor rating, which is cool. I'm going to equip this one just because it looks cool and it's a little bit more rare. And I'm going to combine. So once you hit combine, you can only combine the same amount of the same types of shields by the looks of it. So we have this one, and we're gonna combine it with literally any of the other ones. So let's see. This one is less armor rating, but it gives you more damage. This one gives you element resistance and more armor. This one is a basic 2% armor. So this is a tough one. This gives you 5 health. I'm gonna go with the damage. And I'm going to combine all of these, and then they level up, as you can see. The maximum level is 3 for most of these. If you combine, make sure that you absolutely want to do that, because it does not let you go back on that. So this is level 3. I don't see anything having changed. This is still 2%. I guess you get the XP. That's weird. I thought it would become more powerful, but that being said, I'm gonna combine these guys as well to get rid of them. And we're gonna combine this one. Alright. So far, I don't think you can move them on your inventory, so that's kind of sad. And here we go. This is the new armor that I found. Wow, this one is 7% armor rating, 23 damage, and 50 health. Obviously, this is the better one, so we're going to click... Oh, it's a mask. Okay, that looks good. Oh, and I'm not stuck. This is beautiful. I just cleared some shield inventory. Why? Well, that's a bug. Hopefully the developers see this. And I'm just happy I'm not stuck, so I can continue showing you the game. That's the combat for the most part. I'm going to try to avoid those boars there, because that big-ass boar is really, really strong, and he is going to destroy me. But if he does attack me, I guess we're going to be able to see... Oh, I have to destroy him. I have to kill him. Okay, well, I have a better armor, and we can do this. Luckily, these things don't do any damage to you, or they just do 1, so that's good. Let's do some range attacks, shall we? There we go. Didn't do anything to you. Oh god, he hurts so much. Come on. Oh crap, he is really strong, but my new armor is nothing for him. Awesome, so I was successful. Let's see, what do we got here? This is a chest that gives you some quill, which is nice. There's another chest here. I'm not a fan of the minimap, how it shows you things that are nearby. Oh god, did I get stuck again? No, what did I just do? Oh. Okay. I have a new attack that I didn't even know about. That is awesome. I'm gonna try this. I get a little bit confused sometimes with the chests and generally anything else on the minimap because it shows you that it's close, but you never really know how close they are. So you kind of have to pretty much risk it and try to go that way and quite possibly steer off your path a little bit more than you intended to. So I guess that's just a way for the game to encourage exploration. Yeah, you like that new move I found? There we go. Double the damage. So I got the meat that I needed, and I guess now I have to cook it and then get the boss fight going, which is pretty intense. You can pick up log. There is crafting in the game. It's not very fleshed out. I haven't really looked into it because I haven't gotten to the part where I actually need to do it. It's just there for now, in my opinion. And let's see. This is nighttime on the game. It doesn't look that bad. The game overall looks pretty. I'm not saying that the game looks bad. Absolutely by no means. It is definitely an interesting game to look. How is my inventory full? Okay, I guess this is one of those things that the developers have to look into. If I destroy this, what's going to happen? Let me just combine these things here. Okay, leveled up. Does more damage now, which is cool. And I still can't pick it up. Interesting. Well, for the rest of the game, I'm not going to be able to pick up any more items. I wonder if it's because these are combined. Oh, I did destroy the shield. That is pretty weird. Let's destroy this too and see what happens. Nope. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. I do want to cook it. And now the boss fight's going to start, most likely. Yep, here's the big guy. Sometimes this will happen in the middle of battling, and you'll think that you're getting attacked, but your character is actually invulnerable. Invulnerable. English is still my second language. And you cannot be attacked or damaged, but it is kind of worrisome. Okay, this is a little bit more intense than I thought it would be. And as you may have noticed, I didn't save my progress. And he can damage himself. Okay. That's okay. You can keep damaging yourself. I'm okay with that. Oh, fuck. Just don't damage me. Only 9 damage? That's pretty cool. Oh, no. Not just 9 damage. Oh, crap. Oh, my God. I'm gonna die. Can I kill him? I don't think I can kill him. Oh man. My jump attack is not very effective on him. Actually, maybe. Oh no. Let me just for disclaimer reasons, say that I'm not a fan of Souls-like games. And this is what this feels like to me right now. Okay, I guess I found the trick. Yep. You have to make it miss, and then jump in the air. Oh, fuck. Okay, he's almost down. I should probably heal though. Oh, I'm out of potions. Damn. There we go. No potions needed. Big ass chest. Well, I'm kind of annoyed now because I am gonna have a full inventory and I cannot pick this up. I picked up the key, but this kind of sucks. This is a pretty game-breaking bug, so I'm guessing that after this is probably gonna be the spot where I'm gonna be waiting for some updates or fixes. Now, you may notice in the minimap there's no longer a golden marker indicating where the quest area is. I'm guessing that's something that's going to be fixed in the future, and this is a good demonstration to show you what happens when you run away from your enemies too far. Spoiler alert, they just disappear if they travel too far away from their spawning point. These guys are kind of persistent though, so they're still there. I'm actually kind of impressed. Just take my word for it. Eventually they'll just disappear. That green area is what you have to look for when you complete a quest in order to go turn it in and be done with it. It's kind of annoying that there's no green indication on the minimap, so I'm guessing they're going to be adding that in the future. So, a lot of the complaints that I have about the game, well, not complaints, mostly criticisms. Most of it is going to be due to the fact that this is still in development mode, this is still early. I'm guessing that a lot of the things that I find flawed with the game are going to be fixed through updates. I have a lot of faith in the game. It is something that I want to definitely get back to, and I will be getting back to it once the developers inform me that they fixed the inventory issue, which they just released. Their latest patch was inventory related, so I'm only guessing they're going to have something to release here soon. Let's turn this quest in here and see what we get. There we go. Level up. Quill. That's how we do it. She still has quests to give me, doesn't she? Oh, man. Alright, let's save the location. And in the meantime, I think I've covered most of the stuff that I wanted to cover with the game. I wish it would explain the leveling system a little bit better, or give us a few more options on what we need to do. Every time you destroy a rock or an enemy, there's, not every time, but most of the time there's going to be a slowdown or a frame drop. I understand if there's a slowdown with an enemy, but do you really need to slow the game down when I'm destroying a rock? Or in that case, I don't really think so. I think you should just let the game play out. The story of the game is not unique either. Lo and behold, your wife is asleep and you have to fight the Skeleton King in order to wake her up. Does this sound familiar? I think it does. I think it does sound very familiar. Let's see. It would be hard to die. Got the Caverns key, and now I have to go to the Caverns, which is... Let's see where. It's going to be there. But luckily, what I did do is I activated the well. So if I can find the well here. Here we go. There's no shield surfing, in case you were wondering. There's no gliding yet. Hopefully those are things that are added in the game, because they would make for a little bit easier traversal. Here we go. We're going to teleport. Teleporting is instant. I really like that. I respect that. Absolutely 100% respect that. Thank you for making it instant and not having a loading time. Well, there's a loading time there, but... Ooh, this looks a little bit interesting. There's no minimap here. That's kind of odd. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be a puzzle. Yep, this is a puzzle. Oh, this will destroy the door, probably. Nope, it won't. Okay, I don't have the key. I have to destroy an overlord. Oh, this is the thing. Okay. There we go. That was a really difficult boss fight. One of which I cannot reap the benefits of if it was an item because there's a bug. Boom. That's a skeleton. Let's see if we can fight him. Yes, we can. Oh, their attack is really slow. Yep, that's the same pretty much. You just spam the attack button and they kind of stagger and fall asleep. So this is an interesting map. So other than that, I wish that the leveling up system was not tied to the campfire every single time, because it does take a few seconds, and on the grand scheme of things, it does take quite some time. It's not just about the couple of seconds it takes you while you're doing it. You have to constantly keep doing it. That's what you have to keep in mind. I wish to see more interactivity with the map. I want to be able to zoom. I want to be able to set up custom markers. I want to be able to do all those things, and I want to have a legend as well, kind of explaining what things are, what the indicators are. So that's another thing that the map is missing. Custom markers, absolutely necessary, I think, so you can prioritize multiple quests, multiple points of interest for the quests. You should be able to aim with a different key before you fire up the ranged weapon, so you don't have to waste your ammo. If you hold down the aiming, the firing button, it does aim, and then once you let go, it fires. That's not ideal. It's an alternative, but it's not ideal. I'd like to be able to aim with a different button and then shoot with another one. That's what make it a little bit easier. I'd like to see ultra wide be brought to the game fully. It kind of works. The only problem is with the minimap. Once they figure that out, it's going to be perfect. And that's more that I can say for a lot of games out there. So at least there is some ultra wide support. If not 100%, it's like 95. So it's almost there. They just need to fix the minimap issue, the bug, and that was pretty much it. I do like the fact that there's no stamina, but something tells me with the heavy influence that they're getting from Zelda Breath of the Wild, there will be some stamina, so I cannot look forward to that at all. And I do want to see more wells, or at least a sprint option, or a horse, or mounts. Those are going to be cool things they can add to the game. The current state of the game, you can't actually play it. You can put it on your wish list. You cannot pre-order it. The developer just provided me with a key for the game, and I'm absolutely loving it. Like I said, I will be going back to it once more content has been added, but primarily when the inventory bug has been fixed. Because that, I'm not going to be able to progress on the game if I cannot get better gear, so that's a weird bug though. I think I've covered mostly what I wanted to with the game. It is an interesting game. It has a lot of ambition, and I think with the right passion and the right development, scheduling, and everything, it does have a lot of potential, and I will be keeping an eye on it. I will be keeping an eye on the updates. I will 100% make another video when the game fully releases, but if they do add substantial content to the game that would warrant covering all the changes, I do want to make a video on that as well. So I will be revisiting the game occasionally. If a lot of content has been added to the game, I will absolutely be talking about it and hopefully make a video on it. So this has been the game, Eternal Edge, plus or cross, or don't even mention that. I will see you next time.